So it's not really a box unopening because there's no box to unopen. It's all in a bag. But I did some errands, one which did not get done. Boy, am I glad I switched doctors yesterday because when I went to go and pay for the form that I know my insurance will cover, but my doctor is a cheap bitch, he's on leave. Again. I have had this doctor. She bought out my old doctor's practice sometime mid-December. Immediately took holiday after buying the practice. And then took another holiday or leave or what have you. She has been off for over a month, possibly over a month and a half. All I need to deal with was this old doctor. Her name's Dr. Acladios, Hala Acladios, 724 Upper Gauge in Hamilton. Don't make an appointment with this doctor. There's two doctors in Hamilton with the last name Acladios. I don't know if they're related, nor do I care, but in regards to Hala Acladios at Upper Gauge, don't. Also, my new doctor accepts fax and prescriptions, so great. Anyways, while I was running around getting errands, I picked up some goodies. Also, there's a cafe near where I live called Ward 4. Now they close, well, I shouldn't say they close early in the day. That's a little misleading. They close early in the evening, I believe around 5 p.m. But considering the style of cafe it is, that's kind of acceptable for me. Anyways, went in there. For some reason, I was craving an espresso, but got an Americano instead because, yes, the Americano was a bigger size, obviously, and about the same price. Now, it was a good Americano, don't get me wrong, but I tend to like espresso because it's a pure form of coffee. Let's be honest, an Americano is nothing but a watered down espresso. During the Second World War, American soldiers stationed in Italy would water down the espresso because the espresso was too strong for the American flavors, and it just sort of got called an Americano. But it was surprisingly a good Americano, so I will be heading back and trying the espresso. Or the cappuccino. I noticed they had a cappuccino there as well, but I didn't want I didn't want froth or steamed milk on my coffee for some reason. It's a cold and miserable day today. I don't think this is the last hit of winter before spring officially happens, but it's the last hit of cold before a warm snap. Anyways, I decided to pick up some Diet Cherry Pepsi. I will probably be doing a let's try of this either as soon as I upload this video or as soon as I finish this video and do that video while I'm uploading this one. We'll see. I don't know if I should bother doing a let's try of this because it's cheap coffee. Great Canadian PC. I think I paid, it was on sale for like I think $7 or something. Usually they're more expensive than folders, but this time the folders was more expensive because I was on sale. Prescriptions, which you don't need to know. Where's the... There it is. This might be the reason why I picked up the Americano now that I think of it. I picked up some... I'm assuming it's an Italian name. It says Italia on it, 1895. Smooth Gran Aroma Lavazza, smooth and aromatic light roast. I figure I do like espresso. I prefer the flavor of a dark roast, but I like the caffeine of a light roast. So, for some reason I just decided to pick up the light roast. And I mean, I was in our grocery store, which does carry my regular Cuban. But I do know that the tobacconist near me sells, I believe, a pound bag of Cuban coffee. And I'm pretty sure they sell it in whole bean and ground, so... And I mean, in regards to distance, time to get there, bus ride, what have you, it'd be about the same, so... I figure when I want to go down to this particular tobacconist, see if they have a pipe I'm interested in. If for some reason I want to pick up a Savinelli and I don't feel like ordering it online, I feel like actually going to a tobacconist and picking it up. This is a licensed tobacconist as well. Oh, from what I can tell, they sell other goods plus mostly tobacconists, but also a kind of corner store vibe. I know they sell lottery tickets, but it's not like the tobacconist I was at in Guelph where everything was behind the counter and you can't see it. This one, with the exception of the cigarettes, because from what I can tell, they sell cigarettes. Everything's on display, but it's just behind the tobacco anyways. Well, the pipes as well, but tobacco for sure is behind a glass display case. So, yeah. Hoping they have... Well, I doubt they'll have snus, but hoping they have some sort of smokeless tobacco as well. Not necessarily dip. Something more along the line of nicotine pouches, but we'll see. And as a sort of celebratory getting rid of the incompetent doctor, Canadian whiskey, Bareface. Aged 7 years, which is, is kind of young, but still. Triple oak, 42.5%, so 85 proof. Let's see what it says on the back, and I'll probably be doing this when I do the let's try this anyways. A team of seekers. What the heck is a seeker? Blenders, coopers, and makers working to a single unifying code to ultimately source the finest Canadian whiskey and finish it in a unique hand-selected barrel sourced from around the globe. Hide nothing, fear nothing. Our bold triple oak signature release is a single grain whiskey. Ooh, that's nice. Aged 7 years in ex-bourbon barrels. On the shores of Georgian Bay, Ontario. Then finished in the Okanagan Valley, British Columbia, in tight grained French oak red wine barrels for dried fruit and chestnut notes, and finally with Hungarian oak to deliver a unique spicy finish. Okay. As far as the triple oak goes, I get that, but what I do not see the point of is, I like single grain whiskey. I like single grain rye. I like single malt whiskey, although it's very expensive. I usually go for a blended Scotch, simply because it's a lot more affordable. I'll get single malt when I feel like celebrating something unique. It's a treat for me, but because I'm Canadian, well, I shouldn't say because I'm Canadian, I just like rye whiskey. What I don't understand is the traveling. Why distill it in Georgian Bay, Ontario, ship it to Okanagan, BC, and then it says nothing about where it says nothing as to the location where the Hungarian oak barrels are aged. I'm calling it a gimmick there. I think if you're going to make a rye whiskey, it will be a lot better to just simply have it distilled in one location and not ship it, not necessarily across the country per se, but halfway across the country. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, the rest is just prescriptions and, oh yeah, cinnamon gum. When I get my refund in, I'll be picking up some cinnamon snooze. True cinnamon too, because I'll be using a different site in the Northerner this time. But yeah. Looking forward to all of these. Don't don't have high hopes for the Great Canadian Coffee, but I mean, I do and have a ritual with my morning cup of coffee. But it doesn't always have to be premium coffee for me. It can be a cheap, huge, like, pound or whatever tin of coffee, and I'll be, so long as it's not bad coffee, I'll be fine. I mean, the cheapest coffee I'll go with, probably well, I shouldn't say that, Folgers. I don't mind Folgers. I don't like Folgers. I don't dislike Folgers. Folgers is just sort of a neutral coffee for me. Tim Hortons is probably below Folgers now, I must confess. I'll buy McDonald's coffee when I'm at McDonald's, but I don't buy McDonald's coffee for homebrew. I'll never buy Maxwell House. In fact, actually, I'll even go further than that. I won't drink Maxwell House. If someone is, like, say someone gives me coffee as a gift or coffee to brew here and it's a thing of Maxwell House, I won't drink it. If someone brews me a cup of coffee at their place and I find out it's Maxwell House before they mix a cup of coffee, I'll tell them to forget it. If I find out it's Maxwell House after I have the coffee, I'll keep my mouth shut, but I'm not going to enjoy the coffee and I won't be asking for a second cup. There is something about Maxwell House that is just simply the wrong type of bitter when it comes to coffee, you know? Maxwell House is a cheap kind of bitter coffee, like doesn't even taste how it's a bitter coffee flavor. It has this artificial bitterness to it. I can't stand it. It's probably the worst coffee I've had. I mean, the only thing worse than Maxwell House for me would probably be Starbucks, but that will have to be Starbucks at the cafe. Starbucks to brew at home or whatever, I mean, I don't mind it. But I mean, going to a Starbucks location and getting a coffee there, I'm telling you right now, it ain't coffee, it's a coffee flavored beverage. It might have coffee in it, but it ain't fucking coffee. I don't like Starbucks. I don't like Starbucks at all. So yeah, anyways, I feel like I've been rambling on now. Also picked up some syringes, type 1 diabetics, you know. Make all the jokes you want, but I'm a type 1 diabetic. It's not for heroin use. Also, my favorite person in the whole wide world is messaging me right now, so I will end this and probably not immediately do. Oh, let's try. Take care, everybody, and bye.